Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of AFC Northerners. Going down the line.
Hey, Mark Herman, a.k.a. LA Bengal fan on Twitter, repping the Bengals.
Oh, yeah. Dave Green, Browns guy.
All right, Jan Davis Utah, Ravens Nation.
Chris Atkins repping the Pittsburgh Steelers.
You? Really?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God. You get back, and that's
back.
I'm repping the Pittsburgh
Pittsburgh
Steelers.
Welcome back, Chris.
I was in
I got no
Pittsburgh.
pastries in front of me.
Yeah, I know. Where's our
Yeah,
pastries?
where's my
Where's your
cookies,
mom's
man?
pastries?
Something.
Seriously, though, it is great to have you back. We've missed you.
Great to be back.
Yeah.
Great to be back. I missed it.
All right, guys, so let's hop right in on this bad boy and talk about free agency, news, etc., kicking it with the Bengals.
Yeah, Bengals did not use the franchise tag again this year. Only player that really qualified for it was probably Iloka. I would have liked to have seen them lock up with Nelson and Iloka being free agents. Would have liked to have seen them lock up one of them, or not one of them, Iloka. But because he's, I know you guys are eyeballing him.
We get it.
Yep.
We get it. No, we were good.
But the Bengals
I
have
have no comment from the
don't
first
really know
time.
don't really know where the Bengals are going to go in free agency because they've got 15 guys hitting the free agent market. Some really big names. 6 of the top 75 on the ESPN list of top 75 free agents are Bengals. So, I mean, Pac-Man Jones is being eyeballed by Dallas. You guys are looking at Sanu and Marvin Jones. We've got a couple linebackers that we could lose. So this is a big time for them. I'm definitely concerned. Bengals typically, historically, exercise patience, like to let their guys test the market, come back. I know Ravens do that practice too, and it's been real successful for them. So hopefully that works out. And then the other thing was for our division as a whole, we know our opponents now. We're going to be playing the NFC East and the AFC East. Bengals' 2 fill-in games are Houston and Denver, and the Bengals will be in the London game against Washington. So we'll have that Jay Gruden showdown in front of the Brits this coming season. So schedule comes out mid-April. So
It'll be nice to get a couple of wins against the NFC East.
yeah,
Mark is so concise.
There you go.
He's just so concise. I love it. It's like the Bengals. They're so concise, but they fall apart.
Ooh.
All right, guys. So,
hey,
Tough
we
talk
learned
from
from
a guy
our
who went
mistakes.
5 wins
Yeah.
last year.
Yeah. This
Tough
is the
talk from a guy who hasn't won a Super Bowl
What
in
are
a
you
while.
drafting? 5th or 6th this
Yeah,
time?
exactly,
Okay,
and for
all
good
right,
reason.
all right.
They'll blow it because
It
they
actually
trust in
scares
Ozzy.
me.
And
I hate when
Ozzy's
you guys get good draft picks. It scares me.
Yeah. All right, moving on to the Browns.
We got 4 big free agents and then some minor ones. The big ones are Max Schwartz, Gibson, and Benjamin. The one guy we do need to re-sign is Mack. We're going to lose Benjamin more than likely. We'll lose Gibson more than likely. That's where the play for Iloka comes in with Gibson. The play for Marvin Jones comes in with the loss of Benjamin. It'll give us 2 tall wide receivers on the side. We all know that this is a tall man's game, not a short man's game. That's why what we ran out there last year.
Are you sure you know that with your former draft pick of quarterback?
I don't. I honestly, you just picked up Trent Richardson, or is in the
Yeah, he's a
process
running
of
back.
picking-
He's not a quarterback.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
So, and if he didn't work out in Cleveland and he didn't work out in Indianapolis, what
I
makes you
literally
guys
think
say-
Ozzie Newsome was doing that just to give an Alabama guy a solid, and that's about it.
Yeah, but you know what? They're not wasting a draft pick on Richardson.
Exactly.
We got our draft
Thank
pick back. Thank you, Indy.
Well, you guys need to sign free agents because you can't draft.
Number
Right,
one
so-
draft pick.
Okay.
We just
Trent?
drafting and players staying on teams always comes down to that second-year contract. The inability to draft always leads to a higher cap space. That's why we're working with $40 million. That's why Baltimore had to restructure Flacco so they could sign somebody.
Yeah.
That's why they franchise tagged their kicker. They didn't have any money. They drafted pretty damn well. Where the Browns, we've sucked at drafting. That's why
Yes.
cap space is huge. That's why we don't retain a lot of those guys from the drafts that we take.
Yeah. Well, I think I read that the Browns don't have anybody on the roster right now from the entire 2012 draft.
No.
Now, those are the guys that are supposed to be coming in
That's your
as your
second-year
new,
guys.
their 3-year season
Yeah.
now. They
Yeah.
come in, they step in, they're the established starter,
Yeah.
and you have nobody from that draft on your team.
You're basically, it's almost like you're starting with a whole new team every single year.
It's poor scouting, and if you look at the track record, we've gone through how many different general managers, how many different ownerships since '99. Honestly, there's a reason why we've sucked so bad. I think with Hugh Jackson and what we're doing, and I saw you counting something.
I think it's like 19 or 20 quarterbacks they've had start
Yeah.
over the last.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's a big, since Couch, it's a big
19.
number.
All right,
We
let's not hate on the
fucked
Browns. No, don't hate on the Browns too much. All right, so what?
But it's easy to do.
I know.
You guys are all gonna be fucking sorry.
The Browns Reddit is gonna fucking hate us.
The Browns subreddit already
They
hates
hate us.
us.
No one else is.
Whatever. Who cares?
All right.
Those guys are so salty and butthurt about everything. I love them.
We're pissed off and bitter.
Yeah, I noticed.
Oh, yeah, we're bitter.
They're so bitter. They're the most bitter. So.
Solid fan base. I'm sorry. We travel well.
What? Solid as in like brown?
You know what? We sell out pretty much every home game, even though we don't get more than 4 wins. So tell me what that says about our fans.
Well, it's because the toilets remind you guys of
People love the factory.
Yeah, they
People love
Factory of
the
sadness,
Factory of
baby.
sadness.
Factory of
Well,
sadness.
largest fan base in America as far as fan clubs go. Yeah. Rah,
Okay.
rah, rah.
Well, you guys need somebody to drink with.
We got ourselves to drink with.
All right.
All right, let's get
I keep
Ravens news.
it. All right, Ravens. So, again, we signed Joe Flacco to contract extension, $6 million in cap space this year, $13 million overall. Tagged Justin Tucker, so there's that. And there's signed Trent Richardson, but I think he's just going to be a practice squad. Again, I think there's
Tackling dummy.
yeah, literally, exactly. We got a lot of guys on the free agency chopping block.
Yeah.
So many guys. Kendrick Lewis, Matt Elam, Kalichio Assembly. We're still trying to figure out. We made apparently there's an aggressive offer being made to KO. I'm sure you guys know all about it. But I expect him to test the free agency market and then see where he lands on that. Honestly, I would not be super surprised if he goes somewhere else. I mean, there are other teams that have a lot more money than we do in that kind of offer.
Yeah.
There's the first week of free agency as the Ravens fan is always terrifying because there's so many players that are going to go other places, and then the second week or thereabouts, Ozzie Newsome comes in with these amazing deals and saves, and you're like, where did that deal come from? And that's why in Ozzie we trust.
Well, there's deals on the table. You offer.
You were just
players.
saying that we drafted well. Did you want to recant
I
that?
say you guys
Okay.
drafted
Yeah.
well, but to lose Anquan Bolden the way you
Oh
did,
God,
I mean, come on, that's
oh my
asinine.
God,
And that just shows that there's
God, I
one
still
too
hate
many
that.
hits that Ozzie may have taken in a Browns uniform,
Oh.
and the mentality.
Them's
maybe.
fighting work. So yeah, it's like literally, it's like we're not going to know a whole lot until the second week of free agency. Really.
Yeah, no. You got to let the players test the market. You
Exactly.
exercise patience, and maybe you can get them back at a bargain. You're not going to break the bank. I mean, I'm scared because Hugh Jackson's eyeballing like 5 of our free agents.
Yep.
They may run over there. It is what it is. We're not gonna break out a huge check from Marvin.
Exactly.
I will say, I think that free agency can turn into kind of a forest fire in the next couple weeks here. When teams start to really look into the depth of this year's draft, they might say, "Oh shit, I don't want to take my chance with any of these guys.
Yeah.
I'd rather just get a free agent." Just
That's exactly what it's like. That's the whole basis of really the Ravens thing. Is like we look at the draft as like, okay, let's take the best player available, but it's really we want seasoned players that already know the game. We already know their toughness. We've already seen them prove it.
Yeah.
So that's how it goes. So what's going on with Steelers? How you been?
Steelers. They're good. They're good. Well, kind of good.
Yeah.
Just like every season past, the Steelers just kind of hibernating in these first couple weeks of free agency here. I don't really expect any big moves from us. I don't expect us to go out and get any big free agent names. I mean, D'Angelo Williams, the name I can never remember. That's the one I remember in recent years.
got it right.
I mean, we really don't go and pick up free agents. As far as losing someone, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, we might lose 1 or 2 big names that I can't really call out one because I can't call anyone less important than anyone else, but we'll see what happens there. Really, right now, I shouldn't say our concern, but the biggest news coming out of Pittsburgh right now as far as the Steelers is Heath Miller retiring.
Bye-bye.
Hey.
After 11 glorious seasons.
Yeah.
11 glorious
We're gonna miss you
seasons.
so much.
Yeah,
He's
that's
got
right. As
2
a Bengal
rings.
fan, bye-bye. We
There's-
won't miss you.
Yeah.
He's got 2 rings. He's better than any tight end that these guys have fielded in those 11 years. He was...
Todd Heap. Todd Heap.
Barnage.
That's the one thing I
Tyler
remember.
Eifert.
Barnes is good. Barnes is good.
Yeah, and Tyler Eifert was just named one of the top 5 most improved players, led the league in touchdowns. He had more receptions and TDs than Gronk.
Yeah.
How can you say that? But Heath, I hope you make a great
Yeah.
analyst. Enjoy retirement. Bye-bye.
Enjoy working on CBS.
Yes, there you go.
That's a fine, upstanding organization. And any one of us on this couch would love to work for it.
Me first. So the big name that I'm worried about losing this year after Heath, of course, is James Harrison. I'm hoping and expecting him to come back for his 15th season after being undrafted back in 2002, I want to say, from Kent State. From Kent State. So, hey, dreams do come true.
Yes, and scouts sometimes really suck at evaluating talent.
Scouts don't know everything.
Yeah, they totally don't.
The other thing in Pittsburgh right now is we're all kind of holding our breath to see how Le'Veon Bell's knee heals up in the next couple months here. We're holding our breath, crossing our fingers, lucky rabbit's foot, everything else that he's ready to go by preseason and open the season open the regular season. But the Steelers are telling him to take his good old time, and that's possibly because he's got a contract year coming up. We definitely don't want to limit him. We want to let him out off the leash, out of his cage as soon as he's ready to go. Right. But if he does have a 22, 2,300-yard season, we've got trouble next year.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, but don't do what Seattle did with Marshawn. You know, let him have his season.
Yeah,
if you have to pay him, you have to pay him. Don't worry about him being the face of the franchise. Right. You don't want to pay him. The whole thing cost the New England a Super Bowl.
It did.
Or Seattle a Super Bowl.
It totally cost them.
You know what, though? With Todd Haley's offense, I mean, and these fast receivers we have, you can afford to run him down a little bit less. He doesn't need to have 2,200 yards the way we're playing. And when I say the way we're playing, the way we're passing.
I think it really depends on the defenses you go up against.
Yeah.
I think it totally depends on that. All right, so let's talk combine real quick. I don't know about you guys, but the offensive players on the combine this year were the freaking worst.
Yeah. That's why I think agency to heat up.
No, I think we got spoiled over the last 3 or 4 years, specifically the last 2. But you can go back to the Julio Jones, AJ Green draft. Yeah. We've had some stellar wide receivers and running backs come out, and we've gotten spoiled. And this is kind of just an average wide receiver class, and we're like, where's Odell Beckham? You know, where's Julio Jones? Where's AJ Green? You go through the impact receivers.
Exactly.
There just isn't anybody in this draft like that. It's a defensive-rich draft, and that's what we're going to get.
It's absolutely true, and I think that I mean, we haven't seen an offensive draft this bad since like 2011.
Yeah.
So the 40 times really, really low. None of the quarterbacks are in any way, shape, or form top 10 worthy. No. That's why
a lot of project guys that are going to need time to develop.
Every quarterback this year is a project.
Absolutely. And speaking for the Browns, like if I were you guys, I'd be on the hunt to get somebody, RG3, something like that, and then that way you don't have to worry about it.
I think as a Browns fan, and knowing the tradition that we're going in, I wouldn't be surprised if we do draft quarterback with that second pick. I would really like to see us, because I mentioned that earlier, about RG3. That's a sleeper guy that he's not being linked to anywhere or anybody. Why shouldn't he be linked to somebody?
Absolutely.
Houston has a need for him. The Rams have a need for him. Cleveland has a need for him. He can go a lot of places, get a one-year deal.
You can get him cheap.
Prove himself. And then go out and get more money.
And Cleveland has the cap space. You guys have the cap
space.
We have
a lot of cap space to go out and sign that guy. That's why we're looking at guys from Cincinnati. Multiple guys from there.
Because we can draft.
Yeah.
Was there anybody in the combine that stood out to anybody?
The guy from North Dakota, I think he shot up the board. He made the most of his time. Senior Bowl and at the Combine. I think there was a lot of question marks like with Flacco because he was coming out of Delaware. Who did he play? This guy's coming out of North Dakota. Who did he play?
FCC schools where that talent comes from. Harrison came from a MAC conference.
Right, yeah.
If the scouts are only looking at the Big Ten, the SEC, the SEC, Pac-10.
Roethlisberger came out of Miami of Ohio. Which I never even heard of until he got drafted.
Really?
Never even heard of it.
Great party school.
Great
party school. I'm sorry.
That makes sense.
It totally makes sense. I would say that, honestly, the defensive class on this year's draft is insane. So deep, so many great, amazing players that are, that's what's going to be taken, really. It's because you've got, Hargreaves looks amazing. You got Bosa.
Bosa's looking good.
It's really, really just an amazing class. And there was one running back that did good.
There's the Western Illinois kid, and then you got the Alabama kid at running back.
Is that the?
I like the Tyler Boyd wide receiver from Pitt. That's a nice third-round pick that we can go out and get. The guy's got height. You don't have to go any of those top 3 guys. There's Brendan Doughty from Western Kentucky. You know, like we can go out and get him.
Yeah. But yeah, it's like I'm just so disappointed. Like there's literally not in the offensive draft, in the offensive class, there's nobody that's a top 10 pick.
Well, that's because in your guys' defense, you guys are looking at offense in this draft, and
especially
because
tackle,
you have no offense really. And now you guys need it, and it's not going to be there in the draft.
So that's why
have to go.
That's why it's like again,
home.
on Ozzy we trust. Hopefully,
No, yeah. The Marvin Jones was a 4th or 5th round pick. I mean, there's quality guys late in the draft, and they don't have anywhere near the pressure that they're going to have coming out in the 1st or 2nd round.
Right.
So,
You know who might be the sleeper this year is Braxton Miller out of Ohio State.
His
be the sleeper.
stats dropped really bad, and now he's dropped pretty much out of the 1st round.
Yeah.
We're talking early 2nd round.
Yeah.
His 40-yard dash time was really slow from what he was hoping he would get. He could be a sleeper, yeah.
He
could be worse.
He makes plays though. He makes plays.
He could have
You
ran
get a
so
wide
fast that like his
receiver out of
penis
that guy.
fell out.
Stranger things have happened. Stranger things have happened.
With Miller, you get a quarterback that's
Is that a
guy
mulligan?
that
Do you get a
has-
mulligan on that?
excuse me, guys. I want to take it again. Mike Jones out.
Sorry, compression pants.
At least, you know what? That guy at least went out there and continued that run, and that shows that he's not going to be distracted by other bullshit, and he's
Yeah.
there to compete.
Awesome.
I'll take that
He's
guy
got
any-
balls.
Yeah. Oh, well done on the puns there. All right, guys. Again, we're going to go ahead and wrap things up here. We're going to be back here in 2 weeks whenever we actually have a lot of stuff to talk about because of free agency.
Balls.
Yeah.
Well, we'll be able to
Thanks
see
for
where our
playing.
teams are going because we'll know who they've lost.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
In the meantime, thank you so much for commenting on YouTube. Love you guys on Twitter at AFC Northerners. Redditors, love all of you guys, including our Browns
All the
subreddit.
Browns fans.
We love you.
I
guys.
love the Browns subreddit.
They're so
They
salty.
really
You're
hate us.
The
These guys
Browns-
on this couch.
Oh my
hate
God,
us,
the Browns
but
the Browns
these
fans
guys
are
on
so
this
Reddit.
couch can
Hate
go fuck
us.
themselves. So
They
whatever.
hate us so much.
I love all the Steelers fans on YouTube.
Oh,
a lot of
I love
Steelers fans out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're gonna wrap this up now, guys. See you guys in 2 weeks, and we're gonna sign off as we always do with "Fuck the Patriots." Take care, guys. See you in 2 weeks.